loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I did want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Keen. You guys know I love Keen, and if you have not heard of them before, they're essentially a massive online psychic network full of psychics and spiritual advisors there to answer your life's questions. A couple of the major reasons why I love Keen is it is super convenient and user-friendly. It is 24/7, so no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time that you have questions, you can log on to Keen and there's always going to be psychics online that you guys can choose from. They also make it really convenient on how you want to contact your psychic, whether that be via email, instant message, or phone call, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So I love this flexibility of Keen, and they also are flexible in their prices as well. So depending on your budget, you can choose between psychics that have a higher price or a lower price, whatever it fits your budget and whatever time that you want to spend with your psychic. They don't require you to spend a very particular amount of time with the psychic, whether you want 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the case may be, that is all up to you, which is amazing. So it's super flexible and fits whatever needs that you have at that time. My personal experience with Keen has been great so far. What I particularly like to do is I like to try out a few different psychics and I see which ones really resonate with me. As you guys know, I've had a few psychics that have now predicted very correct things for me, and I usually like to return to the ones that have predicted correct things in the past for me. So I highly advise trying out a few different ones and seeing which one resonates with you. And then if you really like that psychic, if they have proven themselves correct to you, definitely choose them whenever you log on. Whenever you have questions, you can always go to that same psychic that you have liked and enjoyed in the past. And if you guys are interested in trying out Keen, they make the sign up process super simple. Basically, you just type in your name, your birthday, you answer a few different questions from Keen, and then they'll actually match you with their most recommended psychics for you, which is phenomenal. It's amazing. They make it super convenient. And if you guys are interested in trying out Keen, you guys can head to my link, trykeen.com/gem, to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is an amazing price. So head to my link, trykeen.com/gem, for your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Check out that link down below in the description box if you guys just want to jump right to that page. And if you guys are a current member of Keen, check your inbox because they always send out weekly specials and it's great. So thank you again to Keen for sponsoring today's video. Hope you guys enjoy them, and without further ado, let's hop right into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your love life, your romantic life in the month of March of 2021. So exciting. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone by already. It's crazy. So yes, if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. Then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading. I'll also be adding crystals below the cards for those of you guys that like to choose with crystals. But also a quick little disclaimer, you are not bound by this. You can change anything at any time, my love. This is just a reading upon the current energies, and that's what the beauty about tarot is. It adds awareness to what you're currently manifesting and where you're currently headed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, so if you guys like to choose with crystals, below the cards here are our crystal options. Over here we have some Sacred 7, then we have some Amazonite, then we have some Thulite, then we have some Rose Quartz, and then we have some Amazonite. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards, and then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, and then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for your love life in the month of March of 2021. So with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of March for your love life. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 1, here is our cards for the month of March. We have the 5 of Pentacles being reversed, and we have the Chariot, Shadow Work, Justice upright, and then we have the 9 of Cups being reversed over here. So what I'm kind of really feeling for you guys, we have this Chariot and this Justice that's really standing out to me because both of these have this sort of push and pull type of energy. Both of these have this sort of like compromise type of energy. So it could be that you guys are going through something right now where you guys are needing to kind of like compromise or like work on stuff. Shadow Work talks about like working on stuff, old childhood wounds that might be popping up for you guys, and you might be like dealing with certain fears that you have in your love life, or certain resistances and challenges that you have in your love life. And the Five of Pentacles being reversed over here is this sort of like acceptance of this, and this sort of like welcoming of this, and realizing that, you know, you need to really just like love yourself, and also like really understand and care for other people, and have some patience with other people as well, especially if this is a situation regarding another person. It could just be some inner work as well that's popping up that you notice is like adding resistance or challenges in your love life, even if you guys are single. But this is all about like really starting to love and accept yourself, and also really love and accept another person as well for all of their flaws, and realizing that, you know what, we all have flaws at the end of the day that we kind of need to like deal with, and sort of like, you know, certain wounds that come up. So it looks like the month of March for you guys is definitely this sort of like kind of changing directions, and realizing that maybe we don't want to keep looking in the same direction, because maybe we've always kind of like done things that end up sort of like triggering us, right? Because we have that shadow work. And so we're finally like, look at her. She's like literally looking towards this shadow work, and the shadow work is like looking into the past, right? So she's finally like, I'm going to accept this, and I'm going to move forward by looking into the past and realizing where these certain triggers are coming from. And I do want you guys to know that when we do a love life reading, this can pop up in so many different ways, right? This can deal with a partner that we have. It can deal with family members and also friends, because all of that falls under the category of relationships, right? So any sort of relationship, this can pop up in any sort of relationship in your life. But since we're mostly talking about love life, this will most likely be talking about your partner if you have one, or just like you sort of realizing in March maybe why you're not in a relationship, and the certain things that you need to kind of face and work on before heading into one, right? And then we also have Justice. So I really think that conclusions will be reached in the month of March for you guys. You guys will figure out what all of this is and what's happening, and you'll find ways to rebalance that and also justify it and heal it, because Justice is all about the healing and sort of like really facing those things and laying down the law and being like, this is the way it's going to happen, and this is like how we move forward from here, right? So this is definitely all about healing and finding that balance. And Justice is the card that's ruled by the sign of Libra, right? Because it's the scales. And Libra is all about relationships. It's literally the ruler of the 7th house. It's all about relationships and things like that. So, I mean, it fits right into this reading so well. So I really think that, yeah, compromises will be figured out. If you needed a solution to an issue, I feel like that's finally being seen and reached in the month of March. You're finally going to understand deeper emotions and deeper feelings that you guys have been having. And then the 9 of Cups being reversed is sort of this like this energy where we realize that we might need to compromise on certain things, right? The 9 of Cups being reversed is like, maybe we can't always get exactly what we want, because there's things that we need to work on first before we receive what it is that we want. Because you're realizing why you haven't been receiving what you want in your love life. You're realizing exactly why, right? Because the 9 of Cups is about receiving something that you wish for. And again, she's looking backwards over here, so back into the past. So she's realizing that maybe she or he, right? Because this could go both ways. It doesn't matter what gender you are that's watching this, but because of all these are like women on these cards, I would keep referring to this as she, but like, yeah, this is all about looking back into the past and seeing where all these triggers are coming from, and where all these maybe certain obstacles and challenges are coming from, because maybe there's unhealed like past trauma from your childhood, or like whatever the case may be, or from like a previous relationship. Maybe that's like stemming up. Fears are stemming up from your previous experiences and things like that aren't healed yet. And so, yeah, in order for us to get what we want, we need to kind of look back on this and heal it so that we can finally receive what we want. So March is going to be all about that. The next 2 cards that we have over here, of course we have this card. Look at that, getting to know each other. So I think that you guys are going to have some pretty deep talks with your partner, or some pretty deep talks with yourself, and getting to know deeper aspects of yourself at the very least if you guys are single. So I'm definitely seeing that in this card. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And so you're finally going to be able to open up and have a deeper bond in relationships once you start to heal this, and once you start to really get to know yourself, and also hear the other person out if there's another person involved in this. Then we also have the honeymoon card. So this is all about getting back to that honeymoon phase, getting back to the phase of where you feel open and you feel like you can really enjoy relationships, and you can reignite sparks in relationships and things like that. So this is all about getting back to that sort of feeling. Okay. The next card that we have these storyteller cards. This is all about really starting to open up. March is all about opening up to someone, okay? Or even opening up to yourself and really getting to know yourself. Like we got this key, we got this pen. So this is literally the key to forming your own story, is being able to open up about your past so that you can heal the past, so that it's no longer trying to bubble up, right? Because anytime we try to repress something, it's like having a jack in the box, right? And you're like trying to repress it and like put it down and be like, no, I'm just gonna close it off, hope for the best. But then whenever you try to open up to somebody, that's what keeps coming up and that's what keeps repeating, and you're hoping that when you open the box, it's all going to be love and romance that comes up. But it's like, no, you keep repressing the like jack in the box that's just going to come up and like scare people every time you try to open up, right? So this is all about you guys going in and doing the work first so that you can fill up your box with love, so that when somebody has the key to open it up, it just like bursts out with love instead. Okay, so that's like totally the message that we're receiving in this reading so far. The next few cards that we have over here, we have Snake. So this is definitely dealing with like healing certain things so that we no longer feel like we have to defend ourselves, because snakes can be very defensive or can be talking about other people. Sometimes we end up in toxic things or create toxic situations because we keep repressing the like, my example is like the jack in the box, right? You're full of like not very good surprises until you realize how to heal that and remove that. So then you can just put love into the box instead. And that's what people get rather than a snake. Don't repress the snake in the box, right? Because when people open that up, it's like, ooh, never mind. I didn't want to get so deep. Like, oh. So yes. Oh, and then look at, we have another key. So a key and a key. So this is literally your key. This is the key to your success, is this. And also, it's funny that I keep using the example of Jack in the Box with like the key that you like open up the box with, right? So if you want to be able to open up to people without being scared of opening up, because people are only scared to open up when they know that there's like repressed stuff down there that is going to get triggered, right? Sometimes we're not even consciously aware of that, but we have these fears. And if you actually ask yourself why you have these fears, it's because there's repressed stuff that you are scared of. You're scared of it being triggered. You're scared of it being seen. And so it's time to clean out the closet, guys. Clean out the closet so that when somebody else wants to open up the closet, they're not like, whoo. It's almost like filling up your fridge with so much food and like closing it and just being like, okay, this bottle of juice is about to literally tumble out of the fridge, but it's so full that I need to kind of like close the door. And then the next person, oh God, I've done this in my childhood before. I find it so funny. But then when the next person opens it, they're like, what the fuck? Because there's like juice falling everywhere. There's like things falling out of the fridge. So it's literally like doing that, right? You obviously don't want to do that. It's going to cause anxiety. It's going to cause all sorts of like So it's time to clean out the fridge, clean out the closet so that when people open it, it's not a freaking like tornado in there, okay? And this is the key to the castle. This is the key to your dreams. Castles represent what we're building, right? The dreams that we're building, the foundation that we want to have for ourselves. And so in order for you to build your castle, it's time to clean out the castle, clear it out of all of the ish so that you can actually like welcome people home and not be scared when people open up your door, right? So that's that. And then staffs, this is all about reigniting that spark, baby. This is about getting that spark reignited, okay? So like, wow, yep. Getting your passions reignited so that you feel spontaneous and excited when you want to open up to people instead of the opposite. And then we also have Lion over here. So Lion is honor the soul and celebrate its journey. And then we also have Monkey, which is the inner child. Of course, we have inner child coming up. Look at that. This is all about healing your inner child. And don't take life too seriously. That is the key, you guys. The key is to stop taking life so seriously and just heal yourself and then be like free flowing and Gucci, because then you get all like the Gucci, the good stuff, okay? I like saying the word Gucci. I'm sorry, guys. It's just such a fun word to say. But yeah, Lion is all about being in the spotlight and not being scared of being fully illuminated with who you are, right? It's all about that Leo energy, being in the spotlight, being in the sun, right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and take what cards are we going to take. I feel like taking out some of these ones for you guys. These are some like love life cards. Also love this deck. I'll have it linked down below. It's like one of my favorites. Let's see what comes up over here for you guys. Pile 1. So we have respect. So this is how you're going to respect yourself and also get other people to respect you as well. This is literally the key to that. And then our next, oh my gosh, look at this card, you guys. You guys literally got the card of open up. open up the door, and don't be scared to open up the door, because first we got to clean out, but we have to open up in order to clean it out so that we can like tell people our story, so that we can accept our story, right? And then that's how it gets healed, because we got to clean out the closet. Okay? Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take the Astro dice, which are like sitting in my pocket right now. Let's go ahead and roll these to get any last information for you guys on this reading. And we're also going to take our zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll this one 3 times at first to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are probably going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of March. So let's see what we get for you guys. Let's see. We have Aries coming up for you guys. So this could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even your own. We have Aquarius popping up, sun, moon, or rising sign. Okay, so Aries and Aquarius. And we also have Capricorn coming up. So that could be your sign or somebody else's sign that you are dealing with in the month of March, okay? So let's roll these all together and see any last info. So we have Libra coming up, and we have a lot of Libra energy with that Justice card. We also have Mars coming up, which is Scorpio and Aries as well. And then we also have the 8th house, which is also another like Scorpionic sort of like energy, because Scorpio rules the 8th house, right? So Libra, so Mars and Libra in the 8th house. Let's talk about Mars and Libra in the 8th house. This deals with relationships and repressed stuff, right? So the 8th house is where we have endings and beginnings. So we need to end the old. And also the 8th house is where we tend to repress certain childhood traumas and things like that. It's very like Scorpio sort of energy. Mars is all about facing that, taking action towards that. All of a sudden gaining the confidence to be like, yep, I'm diving right into it. And that Libra energy is trying to find balance, trying to balance that out. Right? So instead of opening up the fridge and having an imbalance of how much stuff you have in there versus how big your fridge is, so that when you open up the door, it's not like tumbling all out of there, right? So this is all about finding that balance, doing a big cleanse and a clean out. Cleanse and a clean out is all about that 8th house energy and Mars going in there. So this is about really needing to take action in this area. Okay, guys, so that is what I'm seeing for you guys on pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your March love life of 2021. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 2, here's what we have for you guys. We have the Ace of Cups, Empress, 4 of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, whoa, pile number 2, whoa. This Ace of Cups and this Empress, wow, that next to each other, there absolutely could be somebody new coming into your life in the month of March, or some new like exciting romance blossoming. Or if you guys are already in a relationship, this could be you guys wanting to take the next step in a relationship, adding some more commitment, a new level of commitment, or like moving in with each other, whatever, all sorts of different things. When it's next to the Empress, for some of you guys, if you guys have been in a long-term relationship, this can mean pregnancy as well for some of you guys, or this is just some new love, like look at this blossoming, like we got these flowers blossoming over here, we got these flowers blossoming over here. It's a beautiful time. I really think that the month of March for you guys in regards to your relationships is going to be a pretty dang good time, okay? Pretty dang good time. We do also have the 4 of Cups over here, and so this could mean that sometimes this could also talk about the fact that maybe there's some old stuff that we're still needing to let go of in order to really fully blossom into this new thing, or it could mean that we have some sort of hesitations that pop up, but it's from the past. So the 4 of Cups is this card where the person is looking at the cups that have fallen before, so the old cups that they've like that were a disappointment, that didn't really work out, and they're not really seeing the potential in this new thing. So there is something new kind of trying to come in, because the 4 of Cups is the representation, the regular depiction of it is like there's a hand coming out of the sky of the universe that's handing this new cup to them, right? And they're kind of ignoring it because they're looking at all the cups that have fallen over before. So this is like representative of you guys maybe not really fully believing that this thing is going to be as good as it really is, or as it could be, or you guys have fears of certain things repeating that you've experienced before in the past, okay? So that is what that one kind of shows, but I do see that there's this new potential coming into your life, and it's honestly, it's so good. Like these 2 cards are so dang good, but we have to let go of our fears or our expectation of disappointment. That's something that we really have to let go of. We have to expect good things. With the 6 of Wands coming next, this is getting to a place of like pure, utter confidence. It could even mean that you have certain insecurities that pop up when you guys like meet this person. You're feeling like, oh my gosh, are they gonna really like me? Or like da 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 da. Six of Wands, no, this is all about feeling really good. And I feel like you guys are going to eventually get to that place by the end of the month. And it's going to be like all on the up and up afterwards, because we do also have Wheel of Fortune over here. So by the end of the month, I really think that you guys are going to feel really good about whatever this is that's happening, whatever this next stage is for you. But there's definitely a new stage of your love life blossoming and beginning in the month of March. So there's something new and exciting sort of blossoming in, some good news. Like I see this as like really good news. Either someone's going to come to you with really good news, or you guys are going to meet somebody that's going to be like this new romance, or you guys are going to be taking the next step in a relationship, okay? But yeah, with the Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, that's all really good at the end over there. This is literally things starting to go on the up and up, and you guys feeling like, oh wow, this is what it feels like for things to be going really well romantically. This is what it feels like when things are like feeling so good. And that Six of Wands is like this sitting on the horse, feeling like this pride, feeling this really good energy. And yeah, it's just, that's so good. And this is also when you guys feel really confident as well, because maybe there's somebody that's gonna build you up and make you feel really good about yourself, okay? The next two cards that we have over here, it's very interesting. We get Deception next, and then we also have Keep an Open Mind. So Deception coming up makes me think of this Four of Cups card. So it could mean that maybe something is a little bit too good to be true, but I'm not really feeling that energy, to be totally honest with you guys. To be totally honest with you, I think that you guys have a fear that something is too good to be true, or you have a fear of being deceived. You have a fear of whatever that you guys have experienced in the past. Maybe you guys have fears that that's going to happen again. Maybe you feel like there's going to be empty promises, but guess what? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I really think that you guys might be thinking that something's going to go wrong, but it's actually not, because all these cards are so good, guys. These are so good, but I think that you guys have to get over certain fears that you guys have had from the past and just really begin to open up. Keep an open mind. Look at Cupid's coming down from above, you guys. What's that? Okay, so like, that's looking pretty dang good. I'm liking this, okay? So the next card that we have right here, we have this one, and this one kind of looks like the Wheel of Fortune to me. We get the same sort of wheel thing happening, and also this arrow that's coming in. We have a lot of arrows. We have a lot of Cupid coming in, okay? So, ooh, the power of purpose. I do think that this is sort of causing you to go within and heal some like past stuff, completing old phases, because numerologically this equals a 9, right? Because the 8 and the 1. And so this would deal with completing old phases of your life. This is literally you having to close out old chapters. If you guys have been single for a while, this is maybe closing out an old chapter of being single. Or if you guys have been scared of commitment, this is closing old chapters of being scared of commitment and realizing that, you know, whatever's coming in, it looks pretty dang promising. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, is such a good card because it means that karmically we're entering a new stage where things are actually on the up and up, and things are actually turning brighter, and our whole life is taking a new turn where things are going to be really good. And since this is a love life reading, this can pop up in any sort of relationships, just since this is like a general reading and it deals with relationships. So love life readings can deal with family members, friends, or partners in love. So it can pop up in all sorts of different ways like this, but yeah, I mean, find out how that correlates to you the most depending on your situation, because again, it is a general reading. So I'm going to point out all the different possibilities for you guys, right? So yes, that's what that is looking like over there. Our next few cards that we have over here, look at that. We have the Angel card coming up next. Oh my goodness. This is a blessing, okay? Whatever is happening right now is a total blessing. It's helping you spread your wings and open up again. So this is going to be something that you guys have to really just like, we're ascending to a new level, right? The wings signify ascension. So there is some sort of higher level of commitment or higher level of, you know, like something blossoming that's taking you to an ascended level of wherever you're currently at. And that's Wheel of Fortune as well, because sometimes when we start right here and then all of a sudden the wheel's turning, we're on the ascending side of it, right? So you guys are on the ascending side of whatever is going on in your love life right now. And this Angel card coming in, especially when we have some of these like Deception and Four of Cups card, this is saying that whatever's happening right now is very divine, and you need to let go of whatever sort of like fears that you have. Of course, it's good to be cautious. Don't ever lose caution. Caution is good, but like, don't let it hold you back, because whatever this is looking really promising, really good. So keep an open mind. Oh, look at that. We got the bird next too. My goodness. So there's some sort of like divineness in this, all about ascending to the next level. This is all about communication as well, especially since they're holding the scroll. So this is really about heading into it, keeping that open mind, ascending to that next level. I think that you guys are going to be messaging someone a lot because we have this like scroll right here, and that just immediately made me think of like messaging someone, especially if it's like online, because the birds are like air signs, and usually that's like communication in whatever form, right? We also have coffin. So this is, guys, this fits in so well with you guys. I think that you guys are really battling like old fears that you have from previous experiences, because the coffin right here resembles needing to put old things to rest, okay? So whatever you've experienced before needs to be put to rest. That's why the coffin comes up. We need to put those things to rest. Also very interesting that I have the same flowers in this reading right now that are on this coffin. That's like super interesting. So yes, old things need to be put to rest. It could also mean that you have this new thing starting, but you guys are really needing to let go of whatever you're still hanging on to in the past in order to move forward in this, which it looks like you guys will be doing that, because the 6 of Wands and Wheel of Fortune that end us off definitely signify that you are letting go of whatever you've been holding on to from the past, and it's finally ready to transition into the new future. And then look at that, we also have the fish, which reminds me a lot of Pisces sort of energy. But it doesn't have to be, of course. It is a general reading, but the fish here would signify this balance and going with the flow as well. So this card, go with the flow. It's time to ascend. It's time to communicate. It's time to like, just open up. Keep an open mind is all about opening up and putting old things to rest, going with the flow of this. Don't have that resistance right now. Don't try to swim upstream. If the universe is guiding you towards something and something just seems right and it's flowing you towards that and it just seems easy, that's when you go for this. If it seems easy and it seems like it's just carrying you along the current, just go with it. Go with it, baby. Yes. Okay. Our next card that we have, which also I want to pull out another card for you guys, we have Panther Protection. So you are protected. This one coming up, you don't have to have fears. You are protected. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. If you've been giving away your energy to the past and it's something that wasn't a good thing, it's time to end that. Don't take that energy in with you, okay? And so with that being said, I'm going to get one more card out of this deck for you guys. Feeling this one right here. Wait. Felt like resistance on that card. Let's see what comes out. Okay. So pile 2. There we go. Giraffe, the bigger picture. Again, we have that ascension energy right here happening. So take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. So you don't need to rush into anything, my loves. Take your time. Okay, so that's what that's signifying right there. We're also going to take and shuffle our love deck cards, and we're going to see these cards. Oh, we have hope. So, look at that. Look what's creating on that card. So have some hope. Realize that you have ultimate potential in this. Anything can happen at this time. Definitely take your caution. Take things. I don't think these cards are telling you to take caution. I think it's just telling you to take it slow and like really build this. You don't have to rush into it. If there's something new coming up that is this ascension sort of energy, this new beginning, this sort of like new level of commitment or whatever, you don't need to rush into it. Just take it slow. I do see it happening in March though, but you don't need to like rush into it. The day that it gets brought up, you don't need to be like, oh yes, it's happening right now. We're doing it right now. Just like take it slow, see how it goes, grow it, right? We have this hope. This is all about setting those solid foundations as well, because numerologically that would equal a 4 up there, because that's a 31. So it's a 4. This is all about building a solid foundation. And look at these planets over here. It's very celestial. And so it's like a cosmic connection sort of thing that's happening right there. And it also talks about unlimited potential, right? Then we also have support coming up. So this is all about just like, look at their hands in hands. This is just really good. We also have another 4 right here. So it's all about creating a new foundation, solid foundation with someone, okay? Healing some past stuff. Putting to rest old things, allowing this new beginning to take place, okay? So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and shuffle, or roll, I guess. We're gonna roll our zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that you guys are most likely going to be dealing with, or like, they're gonna be most prominent in the month of March for you guys. So let's see what comes up. So group number 2, zodiac sign people. So we have Libra coming up. So it's our first one. That could be sun, moon, or rising. This could be your sun, moon, or rising, or it could be somebody else's. We We have Libra coming up again, you guys. So Libra energy is strong in your pile number 2. Oh my goodness. We're gonna try to get 2 more signs here. Oh my gosh, you guys, are you seeing this? Libra just came up again. Whoa. I guess it really wants me to talk about Libra right now. So Libra is all about relationships, right? It's about creating this balance. It's not about like having grudges. It's not about like, you know, whatever. This is about being fair, having compromise. And Libra is just this whole like relationship thing anyway. And it also deals with flirting too. So that could be a definite thing that's happening for you guys. Lots of Libra energy though. Okay, we also have Aries energy coming up. Okay, so somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign. Oh my goodness, you guys, why are you guys getting all these doubles? It's like it wants me to talk about the zodiac signs that are coming up. So this is all about a new beginning as well. Aries talks about new beginnings and this fresh start and being spontaneous and just saying yes, you know, just jumping into it, just being like, okay. It doesn't mean you need to rush it, but this is all about just taking that risk, taking that chance and jumping into it. Especially if it deals with a relationship with Libra coming up. Then we also have Virgos. This is dealing with the past and healing from the past. So of course that one's coming up for you guys, pile number 2. That makes so much sense. Closing out the past, things like that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll all these together to get any last info on your guys' readings. So pile 2, let's see. Okay, so we have Saturn in Taurus in the 3rd house. This is all about communication with that 3rd house. This is maybe talking things over, talking about what it is that's going on with you guys right now, with you and another person, or what's going on with you internally with relationships, just being able to communicate about it. And also this is like commitment. Saturn talks about commitment, and being in Taurus, this could be like something that's more like laying it out on the table, really being open and honest about what it is that you really want and creating something solid. So Saturn and Taurus are very like committed planets and zodiac signs, right? So that's like a very committed sort of aspect. The 3rd house is just really communicating about things, making sure that you're on the same page as somebody. But this is very physical. This is making it known, right? Instead of just like kind of guessing or just assuming that the other person is on the same page as you, this is really making it known in a very physical manner. Like this is it, and like laying it out on the table. Okay. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys have not already, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, and if so, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be a reading for March of 2021, your love life predictions. So let's hop right into it. Okay, so pile number 3, this is what we have for you guys. We have the Moonchild, Knight of Cups, Hangman, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords right here. So first off, this sort of like Hangman energy right here signifies some sort of like pause, or that your love life is maybe on hold a little bit, or maybe you're just not putting as much energy into it as you usually do. It kind of seems like it's more of a waiting game at the moment, and sort of like your focuses are elsewhere. It could mean that there's some sort of like, it feels like it's stagnant maybe. So for some of you guys, whether you're single or in a relationship, there's some sort of like stagnation happening in the month of March for you guys regarding your love life, where you guys are maybe like waiting around for something to happen, or maybe it's just that you guys don't have a lot of focus on it in the moment, or you're wondering how do you move forward in it, and it requires a change in perspective, because the Hangman always signifies that you need to like take a new approach to something, and you can't keep doing things the way that you've always done them, because that's why you're in a stagnant place, right? Because if you keep doing the same sort of thing, you're not going to create any change, right? So the Hangman comes up when we realize that whatever we've been doing has led us to a point of like, it's not really going anywhere. There's nothing new happening, okay? So this is a change in perspective and also a change in your action. If you keep waiting around for something to happen, it's obviously not gonna happen. We have to take some sort of, we have to make some sort of change and take some new action towards something to create a new outcome, okay? So Moonchild and the Knight of Cups also signifies in this beginning over here that you guys are kind of a bit more focused on yourself, I would say, especially that Moonchild. It looks like you guys are focused in a more bigger picture sort of thing, and maybe you're even more focused on yourself right now. But this Knight of Cups is like, there's an opportunity for love that I would say is coming your way, or this sort of like idea of maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. I do think that there's like this potential, this underlying potential, but it just seems like it's not really like moving anywhere too much at the moment. But I do see that there's going to be a lot of focus on self-love, building yourself up, healing yourself from stuff, or like you know, just focusing a bit on you. Then we do also have this Two of Wands. So I think by the end of March, you guys are going to start thinking of new ideas to take new action in this, to like create some change. And so by like, I'm really feeling like March 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, like 20th, that sort of like little row of dates right there is going to be the moment where you guys really feel like sort of taking this new action. Again, it is a general reading, so sometimes dates can vary since it is general, but I'm just really feeling like that sort of time frame for the most of you. But yeah, Two of Wands, this is seeking out new ideas and new ways of taking action. And then this Queen of Swords right here is like starting to implement that. So maybe this is like, for some of you guys, this might indicate like signing up for like a dating app, for example, because Queen of Swords can sometimes indicate like being on social media and things like that. So it immediately makes me think about those sorts of things. Also, this could deal with like cutting away old things, because the Queen of Swords is also like, she lays down the law and like really puts boundaries up. And she's like, I no longer deal with this. I no longer deal with that. So for some of you guys, if you're in a relationship, this could be you guys being like, I'm gonna really start to lay out boundaries so that I can make this go in the direction that I want it to go, right? So this is putting up boundaries where you don't want to be mistreated anymore, or you don't want to have to put up with this or that. And then also opening up the pathways to create what you do want. So somehow we need to open up new realms of like communication or new realms of action to bring us to the space that we want to be in with our partner or with manifesting a partner, okay? So that is what I'm seeing immediately right off the bat right there. The next couple cards that we have right here, we have religious factors coming up. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Very interesting. Then we also have, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this could be forgiving anyone. This could be forgiving people in your past, or like whatever the case may be. So needing to go on that little bit of that healing journey, taking new action, new perspective. With that new perspective comes a new action plan. And then we start to implement that. We start to create better boundaries. We start to communicate a lot better as well with ourselves and with other people. We start to feel comfortable with opening up as well. So yes. And then also that religious factor. So maybe some of you guys are realizing that maybe somehow your spiritual concepts or spiritual ideas have maybe caused you to, or maybe you're realizing that you don't want to put up with people that aren't on your same level anymore. Maybe you're realizing that you don't want to be around people that don't believe in the same things as you and don't share the same perspectives, values, and things like that. So religious factors can also just talk about your sense of values, right? You want someone who's on your same level that has your same sense of values and things like that. So that is what I'm seeing right there. And then our next few cards, you guys, let's see. We also have this card right here of shining through. So this is blossoming and starting to really shine out who you really are to people instead of like holding back. So this one would talk about, if you've had a fear and if you've held yourself back and you've been like quiet in relationships before because you're hoping that they just work out and you're wanting someone to like you. So you're kind of like, compromising yourself in order to be someone that you're not in order for somebody to like you. That's never a good thing, right? So this is the month of where we're learning how to really open up about who we really are, so that we're only ever seeing people or around people that share our same sense of values and actually really truly get along with us, rather than sort of like manipulating that in order to have somebody like you that you don't actually truly connect with. Okay, our next few cards, we have flags. This is listening to those cautionary things. This is like putting up a flag is kind of like putting out an advertisement of, this is who I really am, and if you get along with me, then like come into the picture, and if not, then like leave the picture, okay? So if you guys have ever been confused about something or whatever, this is your sign of like, only really like accept people that have your same sense of values and have your same sense of ideals, and same like religious or spiritual beliefs if you guys have any, so that you are in alignment with the people that you are seeing rather than out of alignment with those people, okay? Then we also have this cloud card. So this is about a sense of letting go of old emotion. So this rain that's coming down, this is like letting out old things and like being able to release. So you might notice that the month of March for you guys might be this time of needing to release old emotion, because the cloud, when it rains, this is about needing to cry it out or needing to release emotion in some sort of way and to communicate about it and release it. And then we also have armor. So this is about taking down those walls, breaking through the armor that you have up, because that armor is probably what's creating some resistance in your life as well. So this is about being comfortable with taking that off, okay? And then we have graceful transformation. Soften your heart and find your flow. Soften it, guys. Don't have it like caged up in a suit of armor, okay? We're also going to shuffle those cards one more time to get one more card from these ones in particular. And then we're also going to shuffle another deck as well. So let's see what comes up for you guys. So pile 3. March, love, life for pile 3. We have Raven, so wise woman, a change is coming. So yes, change always happens after we have the Hangman, right? Because the Hangman is the stagnation and realizing that we need to change and if we want to keep moving forward. So Raven comes in when it's like, yep, that change is definitely coming. And this card looks so much like this Queen of Swords card right here. So that change is all about you really no longer putting up with things that are out of alignment with you. If it's not in the right alignment, if people don't share your same values and things like that, there's no point, because you guys are never going to really like see eye to eye or think the same way, and you're going to face a lot of challenges with that. So it's better to have somebody that you really, really, really connect with. And that's all about putting down those proper boundaries and making that change and transformation. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle these cards right here. Oh, look at that. Okay. We have strings. So not letting anyone else control you, not people pleasing anymore, not letting other people's strings of what they want dictate how you live your life, okay? So the strings right there, this is also maybe detaching over old things as well. Then we also have this guarded, oh my goodness. We have guarded and armor coming up. So where do you guys hold up really strong boundaries and walls? It's healthy to have boundaries, but don't make it a wall, right? Boundaries are different than this. Like there's healthy boundaries and then there's this. You guys really need to open up about stuff and let your emotions out this month. And you might realize that it might be hard to do, because this month looks like it's a lot of energy around like being very protective over yourself, which is fine because we all need that energy once in a while. But then we need to slowly open up there on after we're done that sort of healing. And then look at, we also have the differences card. So if you guys find yourself very different from somebody, if you guys don't share those same values and beliefs, it's gonna be very hard for you guys to get along. So this is realizing that certain things might need to change in order for you guys to have a successful love life, okay? Sometimes if we're too different, the spark burns out, right? It's like adding fire and water together. They're not really going to have a loving relationship. Unless there's a big oil spill in the water. That's the only time I've ever in my life seen water on fire. But then again, it's not even the water that's necessarily on fire. So yes, finding someone that you're compatible with is very important. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in the month of March for you guys. So let's see what comes up. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign. It could be yours or somebody else's. So let's see, pile 3, we have, oh wow, Libra's coming up for everyone so far. Libra's just wanting to come up today. Wow, okay, so Libra's one of them for you guys. We also have Leo coming up for you guys, somebody's sun, moon, or rising. And we also have Virgo coming up. So Libra, Leo, and Virgo. Very interesting. Those signs are all actually like, we have Leo, Virgo, and Libra that all come consecutively right after each other. So it's very interesting. So with that being said, those are the top 3 zodiac signs that we have for you guys. Pile number 3. We're also going to take all these dice together and roll them to find out any last information for you guys. We have Scorpio, we have the 8th house, and we have Mercury, which is ruled by Gemini. So we have all of these ones right here. So Mercury in Scorpio in the 8th house. Wow, you guys, it's time to really start to talk about your deeper feelings, your deeper belief systems as well, what you truly desire in a relationship and what you do not desire. This is about really opening up to be fully vulnerable and honest with everyone in your life, being honest with the people in your past, being honest with the people in your present, and just no longer like trying to say things in order to people please, no longer saying things because you know somebody wants to hear it. This is about really just like getting down and dirty with the absolute truth, and also listening to your gut feelings about other people as well, listening to those deeper intuitions and those deeper callings. that are telling you when something is wrong versus when something is right, okay? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Alrighty, so pile number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for your love life in March of 2021. So let's hop right into it. All right, so pile number 4, here's what we have for you guys. We have the 5 of Cups, 9 of Swords, the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, and then also the Ace of Swords right here. So, pile number 4. What has been on your mind lately? Because it looks like with this 5 of Cups and this 9 of Swords that you guys have maybe been struggling with some anxiety lately, some worries about things that maybe haven't even happened in the future. And it just looks like it's kind of like weighing down on you a little bit, okay? So the 5 of Cups right here is like maybe worrying about something from the past, things that are bothering you from the past. And then 9 of Swords is worrying about the future as well. So this is a lack of being in the present moment. Worrying about certain things. Maybe there's something from the past that's been bothering you that you know that you need to talk about or something like that, or that you know you need to kind of release. And then we also have this High Priestess. This is about like feeling very sensitive lately. I think that you guys have had a heightened sense of awareness lately, and it's been causing maybe some anxiety and things like that. The High Priestess isn't a bad card. This is actually a really good card, but sometimes when we have this very heightened sense of awareness and we don't know exactly how to direct that, it can end up causing an extra bit of anxiety. We do also have this Knight of Wands card right here, and this looks like it's more of a person. I'm getting more of a person sort of feeling from this card. So this could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So any of those signs that we need to open up and talk to with this Ace of Swords right here. So there's something that we need to bring up to the surface, some important conversations that we might need to have. The Knight of Wands can also be some sort of like new energy coming in, or somebody like really trying to comfort you. This could also be talking about your own energy, that you guys are going to get a little bit more spontaneous. And I do think that there is more happiness coming into your life in the month of March regarding your love life. There's something to be kind of excited about, but at the same time, we're sort of dealing with these sorts of things. So somehow there's like a little bit of excitement, but also like dealing with these worries that we really need to talk to somebody about. Maybe their actions are causing us to be a little bit more stressed right now, right? Maybe we're thinking that we're feeling something intuitively about somebody's actions right now. Because the High Priestess next to the Knight of Wands can sometimes indicate that we're thinking that somebody's being a little bit extra flirty or extra talkative, and we're like, why are you doing that? You know? So, but this is all something that's like kind of more in your head right now rather than something that's more physical, because High Priestess, Ace of Swords, 9 of Swords, this is something that's very mental rather than something that's very physical. So this is all about needing to communicate more. So the month of March is this need to communicate with your partner if you guys have one, or the need to get closure on something that's happened maybe in the past with somebody that you've been seeing in the past, okay? Or it could be a present moment thing for some of you guys as well. So I'm definitely seeing like this need to communicate, because there's this anxiety that's coming out of nowhere, and it's regards to somebody's actions or regards to somebody's like persona. Maybe they just seem like a very free flowing, like I'll do what I want when I want type of person. Maybe it's something that causes anxiety for you. Maybe this is something that's like, yeah, it looks like you guys are just battling with this sort of like these thoughts and this anxiety and stuff like that. Or it could just be things that are popping out of nowhere that, yeah, they just come up out of nowhere. So somehow there's definitely this anxiety that needs to be addressed. So with that being said, let's talk about the next 2 cards that we have. We have, ooh, look at that. We have This Could Be the One. And we also have Romantic Feelings right here. Ooh, okay. So you've already met your romantic partner you seek. Okay, so this could be the one. Look at that. So if you guys are in a relationship, this could just be confirming that this is talking about the relationship that you are in right now. Okay. Then we do also have romantic feelings. Your romantic feelings are real and worth exploring. So if you guys have this could be talking about just the feelings that you've been having in general. It's worth talking about them. It's worth bringing it up. It's never worth repressing it and letting it keep you up at night. The 9 of Swords is literally about having sleepless nights or having bad dreams. If you guys have been having bad dreams lately that are causing you to worry about something, your feelings are worth exploring and worth talking about, okay? So this is about needing to talk about them in the month of March. We're really needing to explore and talk about the way that we've been feeling lately, okay? So with that being said, the next card that we have, and it fits so well with you guys, look at that. We have Take a Deep Breath. So this is about reaching a more calm state, once again, finding peace. and serenity. So the month of March is about communicating about these deeper things, expressing them, and then also finding that peace and relaxation once again. So with that being said, our next few cards that we have over here, we have the grape card. So this is about abundance, okay? So I think that there's going to be a lot of different things happening for you guys in your love life in March. There's going to be a lot of different emotions popping up and a lot of different feelings that we're going to need to talk about. They're all going to be like sort of separate. It might even feel like you guys are feeling one way one day and another way the other day. It's like, oh, I have so much love, and then, oh, I have so much worry. Oh, I have this and I have that. Like, it's just an abundant amount of emotions. So yeah, it's definitely a month where you guys are going to need to release that and talk about that. We do also have the star, which deals with hope, and this also deals with your intuition as well. So this is about listening to your intuition and having deeper talks and realizing that this is something that's like meant to happen right now. This is something that you're meant to be learning right now, okay? So that comes up as just confirmation that have hope. This all is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. Do not worry, okay? It's all going to work out the way that it is supposed to. Then we also have the tulip, which deals with blossoming, okay? So this also deals with like healing some old stuff and being able to blossom and open up, okay? So opening up about the way that you feel. Literally, open up about the way that you feel. That is what that card is all about. So the next card that we have Rabbit, Sensitive Soul. It got me in the feels for you guys. My goodness. Strengthen your boundaries and cut cords. Ace of Swords, cutting cords with things that are no longer good for you. If they're toxic, it's all about cutting those cords, or at least communicating about them and having strong boundaries of what you put up with versus what you do not put up with, and making that very clear, okay? It's all about making that super duper clear. We're also going to shuffle this deck for one more card out of here, and then we're going to shuffle another deck for you guys. So I'm already feeling this one right here. So we have the leaf cutter ant. Wow. We have a lot of things that deal with cutting cords, and like basically that represents cutting ties with toxic things, or cutting away old toxic thinking habits and things like that. So we have cut cords right here. We have Ace of Swords, which deals with that. So then the leaf cutter ant, ask for help, seek support. You're not alone, army of life. So this deals with, yeah, like if there's certain things that need to get off your chest, get them off your chest. And then also cut away toxic thinking habits, make better boundaries with people. Put your foot down about what you deserve and like what you desire, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and shuffle this deck right here. Let's see what comes up for you guys. Pile number 4. We have codependency. Okay, so maybe you guys find it hard to bring certain things up because you don't want to ruin somebody else's mood, right? So where do those codependency behaviors come in? Where do you feel very attached to certain people and certain things? We also have the flirt card coming up. Is there a certain area? Ooh, I'm getting a message from these two cards. Where do you really hinder somebody's freedom, or do you hinder your own freedom? Like, of course, when I'm talking about freedom, I don't mean that it's like healthy to go around flirting with whoever if you guys are in a relationship. That's obviously not healthy. Like, that's not a good thing. But we cannot ever like hold someone down and make them feel restricted or have a bunch of control over somebody or ourselves, because at the end of the day, we're all human. And anytime that somebody feels like they're bound to something, anytime somebody feels like they're chained to somebody or something, if they feel like weighed down or blocked, that energy wants to be able to express itself, rather than if you give somebody freedom, they're probably not going to go out and do these things anyway because they feel free regardless. And that's a good feeling to be in, right? Because if you put somebody in jail and you're like, you're not allowed to leave, they're obviously going to want to leave. But then if you just let them roam around and do whatever they want anyway, they're probably not going to stray from you because they feel that sense of freedom. They feel good with you, right? Okay, so yes, that is what we're seeing over here thus far. Let's go ahead and roll our zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of March. Let's see what comes up over here. We have Taurus coming up, so that could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising, or even your own. We have Sagittarius as well, Taurus, Sagittarius. And Cancer coming up as well for you guys. Pile number 4. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll all of these together to get any last info on this reading for you guys. We have Neptune, we have Leo. So Neptune in Leo in the 11th house. Okay, so definitely dreams are something that might be very significant for you guys, but this is about being open and being very illuminating about those, and not taking life so seriously as well. Leo is also something that rules it's the sign that rules the 5th house, which is all about your romantic life and things like that as well. So this could be talking about different fantasies or different thoughts that you've been having, or different sort of like dreams that you've been having, or internal feelings, like intuitive feelings that you guys have been having around like your intimate life, around your romantic life. This is also talking about illuminating those so that you guys can talk about them. And the 11th house is maybe worrying about certain friends, worrying about the outside world, worrying about social media. So yeah, sometimes we might have worries about social media and somebody really putting themselves out there on social media. We're wanting to control somebody's light, right? This is about opening up about that. And being open and honest about the way that we're feeling, so that we can maybe clear that and hopefully get a better sense of feeling, so that we can feel comfortable again, right? So that is what I am seeing for you guys. Pile number 4, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I want to say really quickly before we go, actually, I do see this turning out okay at the end, because this Ace of Swords being upright at the end, I really think that this is all about really putting your foot down and like creating those important boundaries. And once you do that, then it feels like really good. But this is all about creating healthy boundaries rather than restrictive, like controlling boundaries. This is just setting healthy boundaries, making things known, making your feelings known in a very authentic, mature way is what's going to be the biggest help. And I do see that happening at the end of it, and things getting a lot better by the end of March. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope it resonated for you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, I hope to see you guys in my next one. I said that all very backwards. I don't know. You guys get the point though. I love you so much. Have an amazing month, and yes, bye. All right, group number 5. If you guys chose this one, this is going to be your reading for your love life in the month of March of 2021. So let's hop right into it. Alrighty, so pile number 5, here's what we have for you guys. We have the Devil, we have the 2 of Cups, we have the 7 of Swords, and we have the 7 of Wands being reversed over here, and then we have the Emperor to end us off over there. So what I'm really feeling for this, with the Devil and the 2 of Cups coming up at the beginning over here, there could be somebody from your past that's really trying to hang on to you, or trying to come back into your life, and maybe they don't have the best intentions, or somebody's like hanging on to you too much. Or it could be that maybe you guys get attached very easily in relationships. It could go either way, but the immediate feeling that I get from this is that there's somebody that is having a very hard time letting you go. They're having a hard time letting you move on with your life, and things like that. So, or you guys are having a hard time letting go of somebody. It could go either way, again, because it is a general reading. So I'm just putting out all the different options. But yeah, it does look like there's a little bit of this sort of attachment energy, or this maybe expecting it to go wrong, or things like that. Or maybe, yeah, especially with the 7 of Swords here as well, this is sort of maybe expecting something to go wrong, or feeling like we're feeling like down about something, where somebody's like really attached to us in some sort of way and having a hard time like letting us get back to our freedom and back to our free life and things like that. Then we do also have the 7 of Wands being reversed over here. So there is this sort of competitive nature happening right there. And it could be like there's this lack of confidence and feeling like they need to like get to the top, or feeling like maybe you guys need to really like prove yourselves in some sort of way. There's sort of this sort of energy kind of happening right here. There's a theme of this energy. But then we do also have the Emperor, and what I see this as is you guys. I see this as you guys gaining enough confidence to just like rise above this and move on from this in the month of March. So I do think in the month of March, you guys will be dealing with somebody maybe from the past, or somebody being like really clingy or really needy or things like that. And that we need to kind of like deal with this. And I do think it's going to turn out okay at the end of March. It's going to be just fine, because we have that Emperor to end us off right there. But yeah, it's like we're really kind of like dealing with something from someone that we're not like big fans of. Or we're just, this could even mean that you guys are in a relationship with somebody, and it just is like one of those months where we feel like we're being controlled too much, or we feel like somebody's like really like restricting us and like stopping us from living our best lives. And this is all about sorting through that to be able to come back to feeling empowered once again, and feeling like good and free, and like you can be you and things like that. So I'm definitely seeing a bit of that energy happening over here for the month of March for you guys, pile number 5. And again, this is changeable at any time. You guys are not bound by this. This is just the current energies that are coming into your life right now, if you guys were really drawn to this pile. So that is what I'm seeing right there. We also have the card here of let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So with this one coming up, I think your friends will be able to really help guide you in this sort of issue that you guys have been facing right now with this maybe like attachment or like codependency and needing to like detach from that. I think going towards friends that are really good at giving direct, honest advice is going to be something that's really helpful. Then we also have past life relationships. So maybe the reason why you guys feel so drawn towards this is that you guys, maybe this is, past life relationship is maybe even talking about somebody you've previously had a relationship with is like having a really hard time letting you go. Or it could mean that you guys are still attached to something from your past, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean past life relationship. It could just mean a relationship from your past that you guys are having a hard time letting go of, or maybe they're having a hard time letting go of you, whatever the case may be. Okay, so I'm really feeling that sort of energy from this pile. It's all about needing to kind of like clear the air with that, let that go, because it does look like it's something that's like somebody's hanging on to this too much and it's causing you to be drained, right? And it could even be you hanging on to this too much, causing you to feel drained. Our next card that we have over here, we have Seeing Beyond. So this is about, March is about getting beyond this, getting past this. March is literally the energy of letting go of this and getting past it. This right here equals a 9 numerologically, which is all about completing old phases so you guys can get back to your empowered position of feeling really good and feeling free and feeling like you're in your own power and you're in your own light. So this is all about getting past that. Whoo! You guys, pile 5, look at this energy. So our next few cards, we have the Sun coming up. This one reminds me of Leo right here. So you guys might be a Leo or you might be dealing with a Leo, things like that. And this sort of energy is about sort of like bringing to light the way that you feel and being super open, honest, and authentic about it, because that's what the Sun does. It illuminates things. So this is about having these really important conversations and things like that, or just bringing yourself back to your light with that Emperor card and the Sun. This is just coming back into your own light, into your own power. We also have Lizard right here. It's about letting things go. Whenever I think about a lizard, they pop off their tail in danger, right? So it's about needing to let things go, is what it reminds me of. So yes, I'm definitely getting that sort of energy from this one. And then also lizards are like reptiles. It's like that cold-blooded sort of nature. So sometimes we need to get a little bit more cold-blooded so that we can like really just move on, get past things and like deal with it and get over it. We also have the Crown right here, which is reminding me of some Leo energy as well. So this is about putting your crown back on. Look at that. We got the Emperor. We have this one. So March is all about taking your power back, getting beyond things, realizing what you really deserve is going to be a massive lesson in March for you guys. Okay. Then we also have the Phoenix. So this is all about empowerment, rising from the ashes, right? So if we feel like we've been burnt down to the ashes, this is rising above it, getting back to that Emperor position with that crown on us, realizing what we really deserve. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. So fire activations, the sun, getting out in the sun a lot more is probably going to be a place where you get a lot of downloads and a lot of insight in what to do. I know personally I get a lot of that. So when I'm out in the sun, it's just so revitalizing, and it's just good energy all around. So yes, this is about rising back and rising up. Okay, so let's get one more card from this deck for you guys, pile 5. Let's see what comes up here. We have the Squirrel coming up. So spiritual maintenance, be your own caretaker. So this isn't about relying on anybody else. This is about really letting go of all the things and being your own source of light, being your own caretaker. You don't need nobody. You're a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, or you're a strong, independent man who don't need no woman, okay? You can gather your own acorns. So let's see the other cards that we got. We're gonna shuffle this deck right here for you guys, a pile 5. Definitely feeling like this one. So, ooh, this one says influence, I believe. Yes, influence. Don't let anybody influence you. Don't let anybody talk to you and make you feel like you're chained to something or stuck to something. That is an absolute illusion, and you do not chain to anything that you do not want to be. So don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Don't let anyone manipulate you into any sort of way, shape, or form, okay? Then we also have support coming up. So this could be the support from your friends, okay? And then we also have freedom, uncaging yourself from something. This is really about finding your freedom once again, letting go of this thing that you've been like sort of chained to, right? Because the devil talks about being caged up in something and chained to something that we do not want to be, that we don't feel good in. So this is about, March is about setting yourself free once again. And yes, that sort of energy. So that is what I'm seeing there for you guys. We're also going to take our zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of March. So let's see the top 3 zodiac signs for you guys. Cancer is coming up for you guys. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Could be yours or somebody else's. We have Libra. Wow, Libra, I swear, has come up for like every pile so far, basically. Wow, so Cancer, Libra, and Sagittarius coming up. So those are the top 3 zodiac signs that we have coming up in this month for you guys. Pile number 5, we're also going to roll all these dice together to get any last info on this reading. Okay, so we have the North Node right here. This is about your destiny with the 7th house, which is all about relationships. We have Capricorn as well. So the North Node in Capricorn in the 7th. So North Node, Capricorn, 7th. Moving towards what you do want to commit to, the destiny of what you do want to be committed to. Okay? Letting go. So Capricorn is actually, the Devil card is ruled by the sign of Capricorn. And so this is like, what do you actually want to be committed to? And what does commitment look like when it's not toxic? Because the Devil is more of a toxic level of commitment. It's like the neediness and the clinginess and like jealousy being brought out in a bad way. It's also manipulative as well. So Capricorn is the good side of this card, which would mean healthy boundaries of that, like healthy commitment and stuff like that. So the North Node is the destiny moving towards what you do want to be chained to, what you do want to commit to, what you do want to work on, what you do, the challenges that are worth hurdling over and the challenges that are not worth it. Okay? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. It does look like the end of the month is coming out really good. It looks like you guys are getting that self-empowerment back and things like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.